So in part one, I was explaining how the reason that there's a civil war in Sudan is that when Bashar's Islamist dictatorship was overthrown by a people's revolution in Sudan, the FFC, or the Forces of Freedom and Change Alliance, drafted a constitution that guaranteed freedom of religion, equality for people regardless of gender, regardless of ethnicity, linguistic differences, and so on. Sudan had long been, under the previous dictatorship, an Islamist state, which means Islamic supremacy, which is why there was persecution of Christians in Darfur. There was persecution of atheists and agnostics. There was persecution of Muslims who dissented from Islam, persecution, of course, against LGBTQ people, persecution of women, which is called gender apartheid, which is one of the largest forms of human rights abuse in the world. And so, in their constitution, the 2019 constitution, post-revolution, post-dictatorship, these rights were detailed. Unfortunately, what undid this and what led to the military doing a coup and the RSF, which used to be the Janjaweed, Islamist militia that's currently being sponsored by the United Arab Emirates, who denies they sponsor it, but they're sponsoring it, and gold from Sudan is winding up in UAE banks and so on. And then Russia, Putin's Russia keeps switching sides to get resources to make up for funds lost due to sanctions because of their invasion of Ukraine. In the Constitution that guarantees all of these wonderful rights, one of the best constitutions I've ever read, actually, it specifically says under a Section 6 rule of law that those accused of extrajudicial killings, human rights abuses, and war crimes will be held accountable. This was the undoing, because all of those military figures in that previous regime were facing potentially being tried for war crimes. So that's why they did a coup against that revolution. Then you have the RSF, the military fighting each other, and now you have the largest humanitarian crisis in the world with 150,000 people killed over the last couple of years and 13 million people displaced.